How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today's video is going to be short, but it is a tale of safety, of keeping your money safe, because there are a lot of places it's just not safe, and people don't seem to understand that. We got news of a massive heist here today, and I want to cover some of the good news in the market, some of the bad news in the market, where we can look at crypto falling to if it continues to fall. So if you don't mind, please hit the subscribe button underneath the video, turn on that bell notification. If you want to know what I'm buying and selling, you can check out the link to Patreon. And if you want some free money, check out the link to Webull. Just sign up, deposit any amount, and get some free stocks. Now, Bitcoin is down a little bit here today, down at 27,850. Keep in mind, this is where we were very recently. This is not crazy to see the market go down a little bit, and dominance is going up. You can see Bitcoin's down 1.8%, but the whole market's down about 2.2%. Now, the reason I say your money is not safe is because a lot of people are holding it in ways that just aren't safe. It's not going to be efficient either to move. $100 million of gold stolen from Canadian airport, and biggest gold heist ever in North America. Kind of crazy that this is happening this late in the game, right? In 2023, that people would not have better security for something like this. Now, I did a little bit of research. I saw about 15 to 20 million in gold and other valuables stolen, not 100 million. I could be wrong, but still, that's a huge amount of money to be lost, and I'm assuming this was very, very expensive. They had this on an airplane that came into the airport, and obviously that's going to cost a lot of money to move that amount of gold. It's going to cost a lot. It's very heavy, and you would think that there would be better ways of transporting than this, but I guess if you are trying to move it a very far distance, this is probably one of the quicker bets. But keep in mind, Bitcoin can be transferred across the world in seconds, especially via the Lightning Network, and it's much cheaper. So if you have gold and you're moving it, very slow, very tedious, very expensive, very risky to move. Some people think that banks are the way to go. And for a lot of people, I think this makes sense. But we still have some errors, some issues with banks, even in the US. Silicon Valley Bank, it still says we are open for business. It's almost like a joke. They're still running sponsored ads at SVB. This is just crazy to me that this is still happening. But obviously, not every bank is safe. Now, the government has backstopped the banking system as of now. But keep in mind, over the next couple decades, do you really think they're going to continue to be able to do that? And do you think that they're going to make the right decision in every single situation? So I think there should be some kind of allocation towards crypto, specifically Bitcoin. Bitcoin, if you hold in your own cold storage wallet and you hold safely, you make sure that you protect your seed phrase, it can be a great asset and can be very protective. People treat it as a risk-on asset, but also in a lot of people's minds, it's a defensive asset. It's an asset that is a hedge, and it's not necessarily risky, depending on how you use it. Now, Bitcoin has come down a little bit this week. As you can see here, the last 3 days have been red, pretty much since Tesla earnings. But you can see that we still are much higher than we were even just a few weeks ago, right? When we come back down, we went down all the way to $20,000 and then spiked up to $28,000 in 1 week. A couple areas of key support that we should be watching. First of all, this line right here, about 26,500. That's where we went down to before. Actually, we had a wick that came right up to this point, basically, before we made this massive candle. So you can't see it on this chart, but that's a very important level of support. We also have the 200-week moving average below it, around 25,900. So I'd be paying attention to those two key areas. If we touch back down and then bounce up, I think that's going to be really bullish. Keep in mind, we do have a lot of big events coming next week. GDP, PCE, a lot of big tech earnings. The market will move on all that news. A couple other pieces of news. We have been seeing this more and more often, a couple times in the last few days. A dormant wallet with 1,128 Bitcoin worth $31.5 million was just activated after 10.5 years. Just a few days ago, we got a dormant wallet back from Mt. Gox era that moved $60 million. So this is interesting to see. Obviously, there could be some selling. Maybe they know something we don't. Maybe they're just taking some profits. Maybe they're buying a boat. Who knows, right? But that could be causing this bit of red, along with some liquidations and just some fear in the market overall. The general stock market has come down a decent amount this week as well. Some good news for Ethereum. I love this website, Ultrasound Money. You can now, I don't know how long they've shown this, but now you can change the time frame. So for the last 7 days, annualized out, the ETH supply has gone down by about 0.9% a year, which is really good. That's awesome. And you can change it to simulate proof of work. So instead, this annualized out, if it was still proof of work instead of proof of stake, it would be up around 2.68%. So this is a massive change, obviously about 3.7%. You can go back and change the time frames to 30 days, to 218 since the merge, or even to 624 since the burn. You can see just the change in direction here since we did the merge. So really beneficial, I think, for Ethereum holders. It's going to be awesome to see, how this continues. I think ETH has a very bright future, especially with this recent change and with the ability to now take your ETH out of staking. I think this is massive for Ethereum. And, I am a happy owner of Ethereum. I think that we could see Ethereum versus BTC go down. So basically Bitcoin dominance go up against Ethereum. I think that could happen here in the short term, especially if there's more turmoil in the market. But that's a buying opportunity in my eyes for the next bull market. And then one more thing just to be careful of, Michael Schumacher's family to pursue legal action over AI interview. Basically, there's a tabloid or something like that over in Germany that said that they were going to have the first interview since Schumacher had suffered a serious brain injury in 2013. And they just had an AI play him. And they had quotes in there. I think it was pretty bad. It looks bad when you take advantage of someone like this. They didn't ask the family ahead of time. So just be careful out there. There are AIs impersonating all types of people. Kind of cool in one scenario where you could train an AI to speak like a certain person based on everything that they've ever said, and then give you advice about certain things or write books or all kinds of things like that. That's really cool. But there's also a darker side of AI that can be exploited. So be careful out there. Now, as I said, the next week is really important for crypto. Pay attention, be on your toes. I'll continue to make videos. Tomorrow is actually a pretty busy day for me, but if there's anything big that happens in the market, I will definitely update you. I actually have a competition in the morning, a rock climbing competition, so wish me luck down in the comment section, and my wife luck. We're both taking place in it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Again, check out the link to Webull for some free money. Thanks.